I'll be showing you how to create this beautiful, vibrant, eye-catching flyer using only Canva. If you are a beginner, this tutorial is perfect. If you're not a beginner, this tutorial also perfect because it gives you a chance to experiment and explore with your design skills. Now, the first thing we're going to do is customize our size, and this is 2300 by 3000. Now, let's start off with this background that I get from Pinterest. I get a lot of backgrounds from Pinterest. Like, Pinterest just gets it. They do have some really good, high quality backgrounds that you can manipulate and create some amazing graphics or to start the foundation of amazing work. Now, I am going to modify this a bit. So, I'm going to select it and I'm going to set it as the background to replace the default white canvas that Canva gives us. Then I'm going to select it and go to edit and select image, and we're going to select adjust, and I'm going to play around with the light setting, the color, and the texture for this background image. Starting off with the brightness, I'm going to put this at a 21, and for the vibrance, I'm going to put this at probably a 35. And for the saturation, we don't, it's really a pigmented image already, so we don't need a high or intense saturation, so we can put that at 7. Now, going down under the texture, I'm going to put the sharpness at a negative 12. Then I'm going to put the clarity at a negative 18. And I think we should have something like that looking good so far. Now let's add some text. So the concept of this is the glory experience. So I'm going to start off by playing around with the composition of the font. So let's do that. Just to add some emphasis using typography. Like, typography is one of my favorite things. And second to that, it is color psychology. So let me know, like, what's your favorite part of designing? Is it choosing the font? Is it choosing the color? Is it just putting everything together? For me, I really do enjoy a good font and a good color palette. Like, yes, sir. Now I'm gonna put this in all caps for now. I might come back to this later. Then I'm going to duplicate, oopsies. Then I'm going to just duplicate it and type. And there's this font that I got from thefont.com. It's called, I think it's called or pronounced Do it Chandler. It's almost sounds a bit German. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I am going to do. I think there's an L somewhere in it. A L. Okay. And this is it. So let me just increase the size of this. And I believe I use the real wave font for this one. Let's see what we have. Okay. And I'm going to put that in bold. Now we want the glory to stand out because that's really the premise of the ceremony. And I'm going to turn this into a gradient font. If you don't know how to transform or change the color of your text to gradient, pay attention quickly. So you're going to select your text, select the color text, and it's going to show you the color that the text is currently displayed in, and you're going to click on that, and it's going to give you two options to change the hue or the color of the current text. So you can tug on this line back and forth just to change the color of the text if you want. So whatever color you want. However, as I mentioned, I am going to use a gradient. You're going to select a gradient and it's going to automatically pair your color with a secondary color, and you have the option to customize your gradient color. Now, I already know the color code or the X code for the gradient that I want, so I'm just going to put them here. And this is the color that I want. So beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate this text and I'm going to put, now to add some further intrigue into the typography, I'm going to increase the letter spacing for this, okay? Can increase this just a little bit more. And we're going to place it like this. All right. Then what I like to do once I am through designing something, once I'm comfortable with it, I always tend to group it just to keep it together if it's a group of information that I want to be seen together. All right. So this is basically the heading of the flyer. So I want this to be grouped as a collective. Okay. So all you have to do is highlight and select group, just like that. Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to play around with the glory font. I'm going to reduce the letter spacing just a little bit. And I'm going to go to effects and I'm going to add a drop shadow behind the text just to lift it a little from that plain white background where it's at. All right. So let's see. We can play around with the direction. We can play around with the offset. This is how. So let's see. I want it to be, so just play around with it to your liking. All right. Whatever you feel you need to do. Right. And I'm going to work with that for now. And I'm just going to group them. Okay. So let's zoom out just a little bit just to see how we're looking. Now I'm going to add the image of the pastor just to see how or what direction I should further take once this key element is added to the composition. So I'm going to remove the background and we have a few things that I want to do to just edit the photo. So of course I want to enlarge the photo, probably something like this. Probably bring this over just a little bit. Let's zoom in. Then I'm going to select the image and I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to go under adjust and I'm going to play around with a few things. So I'm going to increase the brightness to about 21. Highlights can be in the 46 region. Let's see. We can do contrast at 7. And we have some vibrancy. We can put at 29. And for the saturation, 19. Sharpness can be at 31. And clarity can be at 38. Right. Probably we can actually reduce the clarity just a little bit. Okay. And the sharpness. Okay. All right. We'll work with this for now. Okay, so now we're going to add the key details for the event. I don't think I like how this is looking. I might have to play around with it just a little bit more. Okay, I think this can work. So let's zoom in and see what we are working with. All right, so I'm going to add, I want to put this in Poppins. Like, I love Poppins. I know I should break away from it, but I just love Poppins. Like, Poppins is that girl. So I'm going to select R to add a square, and I'm going to place that somewhere right about here. Let me zoom in. Somewhere right about here, and I'm going to round the corner of the rectangle, and I'm going to change it to the color of the gradient that we've been using. And I'm going to duplicate this here and I'm going to put the name of the church. And I'm just going to reduce this and change it to white. See how this looks if we were to apply like a medium or regular. Let's go with a medium and let's reduce the size and increase the letter spacing. Okay. Okay. Then let's add some additional supporting details. And for this, I'm going to change it to the font that we have the glory in. Did do it Schlander. I can't pronounce it. And I'm going to change this to white. Okay, then we can put the time as well. And I want to put this into a different color. Let's try the gradient just to have it stand out. Maybe we need to add a shadow to it just to lift it from the background. So let's go to drop shadow. Okay, there we go. And we can apply the same drop shadow to the top text. Let's see if we can go a little bigger. Probably a 160. Then I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to put the contact detail for the church. Let's zoom out and see what needs to be cleaned up. So I'm just going to play around with the alignment. So now I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to search for circle just to add a little doodle effect to it. On the graphics, and I'm going to select this one and I'm going to change it to the color red just to tie everything together. And I'm going to add the church logo. I did create that off camera. So this is what we are looking like. Very simple, very straightforward, very beginner friendly, very step by step. So this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I hope you stick around. We have a lot more designs in store. Until next time.